There's a better way that you can be making games with teammates, support, and all kinds of other framework to release long-term projects with teammates on time. And we've totally revamped our front page website, so there's a new way to find out about it at HomeTeamGameDev.com. And you'll see it opens up a little bit silly, kind of fantasy RPG themed. But what it's leading through is that there's different ways that our group has been helpful to people. Whether they're trying to make games because there's a certain dream project they're building towards. Whether they're making games to try to improve their portfolio, to develop and hone their skills, to demonstrate their skills, to improve their chances of finding work in industry. Or also just for enrichment, if they just find it satisfying to build levels, make models, learn new skills, create music. Even if they're not trying to get it as a job or building towards a dream project, it's also valid to do it for those reasons. And so what you'll see as you click through that page is a series of videos that show some of the games we've released over the years. And we're very, very proud of our throughput. We've released over 200 games by the time of this video. We were established in late 2015, and every single year we've just got a bunch of projects going on. So at the time of this video, there are 7 games being made. One is releasing this weekend. Another one is pitching to kick off this weekend. The schedules are staggered. We have them in Unreal, we have them in Unity, we have them in Godot, we have them in JavaScript, HTML5. Those are the platforms that we work in. But that mix and the ratio and the genres all come down to what members want to build. The way projects are done is that a member who wants to lead that project works with me. I help them develop a schedule so they can say, we're going to release the best version of this we can by August 15th, by March 12th. You name it. We pick the date. We plan a schedule around that. And in the same techniques that I teach in my best-selling course on Udemy, Complete Every Project You Start, Be Your Own Producer, we keep that schedule update on a pretty straightforward rhythm where every single week people take stock of where the progress was in the past week, what the game looks like in its current shape, and what the focus is on the time ahead. Members then freely shuffle between projects. No one is told what to do or assigned. It's not like a job or a school assignment. If there's a thing that interests you, you pop onto the project. And that includes, even if it wasn't part of the original vision. What the leads are doing is keeping a game on the track to release on time. But if there's something else that you can contribute, there's a way to approach dialogue or UI or modeling or music or something else that might be a little more work, as long as you're the one willing to carry that extra work and it's not making work for other people, well, these projects exist for practice, and most of the teams are totally on board with you being able to run with the things that interest you. And after that phase of videos, you'll see a series of decisions between why you're making games. Like I talked about, broadly speaking, it's because you're building towards a dream project, or you're trying to improve your chances for the career application process, or simply for fun and learning, right? It's enriching. Those are equally valid. Following through whichever of those you'll pick, you'll find more details about ways that our process, our framework, our support has helped people on that track, including a lot of stories of former members, in some cases current members, who found our approach really made a difference for them. They tried other things. They had hit the limit of what they could do with game jams, or they'd maybe even gone to a school for a degree related to games and just weren't finding what they needed from that, found what they needed with us. So check out those stories at HomeTeamGameDev.com. So we'll share just a few examples, a couple from each. So under career path, some of the quotes we have there from Elizabeth, still a current member. HomeTeam GameDev reminds her of the best parts of her college animation experience, specifically the experience of working on a thesis during senior year. We focus on whole projects that get released and do so in a supportive environment with trainers who are experts in their crafts and a positive collaborative community of like-minded learners. Unlike college, the structure is flexible and decidedly humane, which, as someone recovering from burnout, has been essential for her to finally take that step forward. Another quote here from Tiago, and this is a recent addition on the page, but he completed 1 year of professional paid game development a few days ago. He just wanted to reach out to me and let me know that I was key in helping him build his confidence to apply to a game job. He wanted to thank me for that one mentorship session he had. Said it was life-changing. Seriously. He's loving what he's doing now. It is what he's always wanted to do. Interestingly, he notes he had a lot more fun while working on HomeTeam GameDev games than any other game. And that's a pattern we've actually seen since this group was started in 2015. We've consistently had some people who are in industry, full-time, senior game designers, producers, programmers, etc. And this is their outlet on the side for just fun, creative projects separate from the stresses of the day-to-day workplace. A couple stories here from the people who are working on building their own games, right? That's why they're in this for. There's projects that they have in mind. They're creating the skills to level up to do those. First, here's from Alex Joyner. He says he's an aspiring game developer who's been stuck in tutorial hell for 5 years. He has attempted projects on countless languages, engines, and frameworks, but after initial excitement, he would give up with nothing to show for his efforts. HomeTeam and the meetings with me have helped him develop the skills to tackle any project he wants. He led an awesome game called Gatekeeper. You all should check it out. Lately, he's been moving into modeling. It's been great seeing Alex's progress. We have another story here from Kelly Mark, and Kelly now is actually involved with helping us on the support team oversee our sponsorship program. More on that in a moment. But Kelly said, everyone is nice and welcoming and helpful. She never feels pressure to contribute if she's busy with other life stuff. She had an idea for a game she wanted to make called Operation Sheepherder before she joined HomeTeam, but it was intimidating to do herself when she didn't have much time. But she hadn't worked on it for months due to feeling like she wouldn't be able to make much progress on it alone. After joining HomeTeam, she pitched Operation Sheepherder right away and was loving the experience of being a lead. It was so rewarding to see what others contribute. Seeing other people working on it also somehow helps me make the time for it each week myself. And it's wonderful to see it moving forward again instead of being forgotten. Her nephew is Operation Sheepherder's biggest fan, and he couldn't be happier that we're working on it. And Operation Sheepherder released on time like all of our projects do. You can find that at HomeTeamGameDev.com/games. Scrolling down here, you will just see all of our credits, our detailed credits from all of our released games. And Operation Sheepherder is among the set you will see there. Now, there's also other reasons people make games in our group. So looking at the other track, a couple quotes here. One from Fahad. He said, game development was what he always wanted to do. It was the reason he entered computer science. His career path trajectory did not enable him to enter the industry. HomeTeam GameDev has enabled him to learn a variety of game development skills, be like-minded individuals, and contribute to a multitude of shipped projects in a short amount of time. There are no wrong questions. This is a great community to be a part of to learn game development. His skills have increased tremendously, and he pitched his first project. Once again, Fahad's game was released on time as well. It's a pretty rad experiment in VR. Chris Markle here said before he joined, he believed he didn't have the time to fit game development into his daily schedule. Now that he's led his own project, he knows he can make the time. And we see this time and time again. A lot of folks who not that they're doing the wrong things, they just don't have some support. They don't have teammates. They don't have some guidance from someone who's seen it enough times, which is what my value add is here, to be able to talk them through, there's a version of this that can fit in your life. There's a pace that we can put together in a schedule so it adds up. Whatever few hours a week you have in here and there, that's all most people in HomeTeam have, right? Virtually no one in this group is full-timing this. They've got day jobs, they've got family, they have other obligations, some are full-time students. This is something they do on the side that just helps them crank out throughout the year after year. When there's a game they want to make, they can make it. And it is continuous, right? It is staggered schedules. It's not like a game jam where there's one point in time you have to hit it or miss it. It's not like a school program. If you apply for the fall semester and you get kicked out after enough years of that, if this is working for you, and we've had people who are happy with us now, 7, 8, going on 9 years of membership, this is a great way to make games. Anyway, from each of those pages, you'll be able to click on the orange button to lead you through with a page with all the details, including a video trailer that shows you clips of various games we've worked on, and more quotes from past and current members.
I have been part of HomeTeam since 2017, and in that time I've been part of more than 15 games. It really helps you achieve your learning goals while fitting into your life. I have a full-time job and I have a family, and the way HomeTeam is set up really makes it a great fit for me by providing the flexibility, the opportunity, the community, and the vast resources and teams to help me in my own development and journey in game development.
I always wanted to make my own video game, and since I've joined, I've done that, and I've done it 5 times. I look forward to making more games and more complicated games.
I was working by myself for about 3 years, Game Jam or 2, and never really worked with groups, and even after that amount of time, I was still afraid to make any of my own games. Frozen with fear whenever I would open up a new Unity project. After about 6 months with HomeTeam GameDev, I can easily jump into any group and feel like I'm contributing, and if I'm doing my own projects, I can bang out a prototype in 6 hours. All of that just flows now.
To me, making games is the best way to learn multiple different skills in a fun way. Having the freedom to go in just about any direction, whether it's programming, art, music, writing, and as deep as you'd like, is amazing.
It is okay to ask questions, and it is okay to keep making mistakes, because everyone in the team will try to fix it together. So that's part of the process of learning.
There's a section with some things that people in industry have said about us, some recommendations from some other folks, and then the application form. And it's pretty simple and straightforward. You really can sit down and do it in just a handful of minutes. We also have 2 different ways to apply. You'll see in there's an option for if you need sponsorship, meaning that the dues would be above your consistent ability to pay long-term on a steady basis. Just check the box for it. That's part of what's possible through we have Patreon support, and people help maintain a certain percentage of our memberships are people who aren't paying for those roles. That's something that at any given time, I want to say about 15% or so of our members don't owe any dues. Now, of course, that's partly a distinction of that's a longer wait list. There is a lot more people who apply for that system. However, it's not actually a queue. It's something where it's based partly on when there's an opportunity where we can really find a way to help get someone plugged in that the timing is good. So if there's people on the wait list and they're looking for Godot projects, looking for Unreal projects, looking for HTML5, looking for Unity, looking for VR, looking for puzzle, whatever it might be, if or when there's an opportunity to slot them in, that's really when I'm sort of prioritizing that is a great match to be able to get the kind of experience they're looking for out of it. So don't be afraid to apply through that pathway if that's what you need. That said, for a lot of other folks, if you just want to get involved as quickly as possible, you want that quick turnaround within a week or two of applying, sometimes even sooner than that. If you're able to cover your own dues, all the information is there in the forum. So thank you for looking into it. Again, we got a ton of information on that page, got a long FAQ with answers to lots of common questions about it. It's all freeware. It's all for portfolio and for fun. Everyone owns their own respective contributions. Builds in, there's no hidden extra cost. It's very much everything's covered about the learning materials, the support meetings with myself and our trainers. All the things that we do in HomeTeam are available through a pretty straightforward system. We've now ironed this out for many years. We'd love to have you be a part of it. So go to HomeTeamGameDev.com, step through that process, get the answers to your questions, and I look forward to building games together.